Hi everyone, it's Anna, and today I'm gonna teach you some techniques to cope with back pain. So if you're a human being, you probably already suffered with back pain. It may occur due to a multitude of reasons. It may be because you stand up for too long, because you sit down for too long, because of sudden jerky movements, or also sometimes because of your diet even. Or if you're going through a particularly stressful period in your life, all of those things may result in back pain, tension on your back, and back pain. So if it is very painful and acute, it is always recommendable to go to a specialist, go to a doctor and have a checkup. But if it's not that bad, the techniques I'm going to show you in this video, they're very simple. Anyone can do them. You don't need any previous knowledge on yoga, and anyone can benefit from them because they will stretch your spine and they will release this tension that built up on your back. So yeah, here we go. Alright, so the first posture I'm going to show is Tadasana, or the mountain pose. It is one of the most simple asanas there is, but also one of the most important. And I'm going to start describing this asana from toes to head, alright? So we'll stand up with our feet hip wide apart, and you'll feel that your feet are actually anchored to the ground. And you can almost feel that there are roots going from your ankles onto the ground, in the ground. And now you will spread your toes like this and place them back on the floor. And you can even swing a little bit back and forth, trying to see where your balance will take you until you find that point where you feel that now you're standing still. Now your weight is completely balanced on the whole of your feet. So going up your legs are stretched, but they are not hyper stretched. Okay, we don't want to have this. This is bad for your knee. So they're stretched, they're engaged, they're active, but they're not hyper stretched. And how do we do this? So we can actually engage our kneecaps. We bring them up just like this, engaging them. And you can feel that your whole leg, all your muscles are engaged, but they are not super stretched like this. So, up to your hips are also engaged, and you bring them a little bit to the front. And your belly button, you'll also bring it up a little bit. And open your chest, but try not to open too much your rib cage like this. So belly button up, open your chest, close your rib cage, relax your shoulders, relax your arms, let them just fall on each side of your body. Your hands and your fingers are also relaxed. Your chin is parallel to the ground, and so is your gaze. So you look into a point just in front of you. The muscles of your face are relaxed, and you just stand in this position for 10 breaths. So this position, it is not tense, but it's also not relaxed. It is a position where your whole body is engaged. So this position will raise your body awareness, it will raise your concentration and your focus. But you're not tense, you're just feeling this subtle energy, this awakening of all your muscles, and this awareness that you feel while you stand. So just look into that point in front of you and stay in this state of focus, attention, and concentration. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. And when you reached 10 breaths, we'll go on to our second asana. So our next asana is called Konasana. Kona means angle, and this is because you're going to be forming an angle with your spine. There are many forms of Konasana. If you've come to a yoga class ever, you've probably done Trikonasana, for example. But this one that I'm going to show you is a very simple form of Konasana. So we will start as we were before, so with your feet hip wide apart and your legs straight. And then we'll bring up one arm until it touches your ear. So right now I'm doing with my right arm, which for you may seem like your left, but it doesn't really matter as long as you do to both sides. And as you inhale, you will stretch as much as you can, and as you exhale, will bend to the other side, and your other leg will just slide down your leg. And there are a few things to be aware of here. So one of them is, as you do this, you tend to bring this side of your hip to the front. Just try to avoid that. Leave your hips as they are, just both of those bones facing in front of you. And just slide, opening your chest like this. And return. You will do this as per your capacity. You don't need to go to your limit. You don't need to exaggerate. If you can go as far as becoming parallel to the floor, that's great. If not, if your limit is here, that's great. As long as you feel that you're stretching this side. When you reach your limit, which is a comfortable limit, as I said, just breathe 3 to 5 times. And then as you inhale, you come back to the center and release your arm. And then we'll do it to the other side. So bring your arm up, inhale, slide down. Stay for 3 to 5 breaths. And as you inhale, come back and release. The other variations of Trikonasana that I talked about are, for example, this, or you may also have seen this. They are very good variations. You can practice them if you already know how to do it. But I'm not going to be teaching you today this one. The next pose we're going to do is called Hasta Padasana. This pose will also start with our feet hip wide apart. And we'll bring our both arms by the side of our ears, like this. And we'll start to bend forward, just leaving our back straight as it is. Try not to do this back, but just really going straight, straight, straight. And when you cannot go any further, you can relax as far as you go. If you can go a lot, just go for it. Otherwise, if you stop here, that's alright. Relax and let your arms just hang. And so is your neck. It is relaxed. You can bring it to both sides. You can hold your thighs or your shin. It doesn't matter. Another thing that I love doing is just hugging both of my elbows and staying like this, just letting the weight of my head bring me back, bring me down, and staying in this pose for 5 breaths, or if you feel like you can stand longer. And once you're done, release, bend your knees a little bit,
and you come back unrolling your spine. So you start from here and you unroll very slowly, and the last thing that comes is your head. So our next asana is called Padasana. And this asana we'll do sitting down. You can either sit with your legs crossed, or you can sit on top of your heels. And when you feel prepared, we're going to bring both of our arms above our head, and our hands will meet up there in a prayer position. Once they touch each other, we'll stretch our back, stretch our spine as far as we can, and just stay in this position, just breathing very consciously, stretching as much as you can. And from this point on, if you feel like, you could also bend to the side a little bit, bend to the other side. Another great move that I like doing is just twisting. So you move all your body to one side, and your arms keep on touching your ears. You don't lose that contact. And in the end, you can also bend forward like this and relax on the floor. Our next pose is called Yoga Mudra, which means the symbol of yoga. So we'll sit down cross-legged. Doesn't matter, it doesn't really matter how you sit down, as long as you do to both sides, as long as you compensate. So for example, if I put my left leg on top of my right leg, I will want to do it again with my right leg on top of my left. So I'm going to turn like this so that you can see better. I have my left leg on top of the right, so I'm going to catch my left wrist with my right fingers, like this, behind me. Open my chest and just bend forward, slowly like this. Once you reach your maximum, you can actually release your shoulders and just relax in this position. You don't need to stay like this. But the important thing is that you just stretch all of your spine in this position. And once you're done, you switch. So I'm gonna bring my right leg on top of my left. Now I'm going to catch my right wrist with my left hand. Yeah, that was right. And just bend forward slowly. And we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. And come back. Alright, our next pose is Bhujangasana, or the cobra pose. And I want to tell you something now, very important. If you feel that your back pain is because of an injury, then I wouldn't recommend doing this pose. But if it is just some tension buildup on your back, then it is alright. So we'll start lying down on our stomachs, like this. And once again, our hamstrings muscles mainly, they are engaged. Not necessarily super contracted, but they are engaged. And so are our glutes and our belly button. We'll place our hands on both sides of our chest, like this. And first, our chin on the floor. Then as you inhale, you will look up up and up, and up to a position where you don't depend on your hands or arms. You can hold this position with just the strength that comes from your lower back. Okay? This is very important. We're not doing this right now. We're not doing anything like that. It's just your back is contracting and bringing you in this cobra pose. You can keep your arms here, but try to release them just to see where your strength is coming from. Try to keep your feet together and your legs and your glutes contracted. If you release your glutes, you risk injuring your lower back. If you engage, there is no risk. Stay here for 5 breaths as well. And when you're done, come back and relax. Relax in Makarasana. Just let your both heels fall to both sides. Place one of your cheeks on the floor and relax. To compensate from our cobra pose, we'll do child's pose. So child's pose is like this. We'll sit down on our heels and bring our arms up and go down like this. Our next asana is called Yastikasana, and we'll just lie flat on our back, stretch our legs, stretch our arms, and just stretch our whole body as much as we can, as if there was someone pulling our toes that way and someone pulling our fingers this way, and just stretch and release. And now our last pose is Shavasana. Shavasana is also known as the corpse pose. And this is a pose of complete relaxation and body awareness. So just let your toes fall to both sides and relax your whole body on the floor. Relax your hands. I usually prefer to leave my hands, the palm of my hands facing up, but if you feel, some people have their shoulders more closed and they feel more comfortable doing this. So just do whatever is needed to feel comfortable. Some people prefer to put a pillow here because they might have lordosis and they don't really feel comfortable lying down on the floor. It is up to you, as long as it makes you feel comfortable the most. So that's it. If you do all of this sequence, I don't think it will take longer than 10 minutes, but I'm sure you will get so many benefits from it. I also know exercises for neck pain and for lower back pain specifically, and I'm willing to make more videos about that too. This was general back pain, and that's it. Just like gently stretching and moving your spine to all sides, back and forth. This will help alleviate and relieve this pain. There are also other things that you can do. For example, applying arnica. Arnica is great on your back. Another thing is applying heat. So you can get one of those heat bags and apply on your back. And yeah, avoid catching cold on that region and just keep moving, stretching. If you feel that that pain comes from some incorrect posture that you have, So maybe you will want to go to a specialist, or even you can start just paying more attention to your posture and kind of policing yourself to how you walk and how you sit. There are always some little adaptations that we can do to improve our posture and improve in general our quality of living. So that's it. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time for more tips. Bye. Thank you.